Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. Um, we're back in winter. I'm losing my voice. I don't know what's going on. I am out here without sunglasses. It's a little um, not as bright, but it's still affecting me. So I'll probably squint a lot. But two things about this video. Number one is I want to put prepping back into perspective. I think we need to hone it back a little bit and discuss it. Also, I want to respond to an email I received. Um, I don't know. I guess people will try different email venues until they find your email, which is fine. But this email, and I'm going to read it, what it said. It said, "Dear Squirrely Prepper, you should be ashamed of yourself. Taking food from those in need and your neighbor." Wow. This is not the first time I've had controversy doing a food pantry kind of haul or have discussed the food pantry. I did try to go back into my videos. I mean, I've been making videos for years. And I really didn't have them correctly categorized in the playlists. So I couldn't really find the ones that I was talking about because I didn't want to take the time on it. It really is not that important, but I do feel a sense of a need to explain, how I feel about this because, that hurts me. Really, it really, really does. I can't imagine me doing anything to take food out of the mouths of others or children or the elderly or those in need of food. I don't know what kind of lifestyle y'all think I'm living who are thinking these things. I am not a wealthy person by any means. I feed a lot of chickens. I have a lot of bills like everyone else. And if I needed help, why would it be a problem to show that? I really have a hard time with that. When you go to this food pantry that I went to, you can no longer go in and pick. They give you a list and a clipboard and you go through and you check it. And my neighbor just went through and checked everything. I checked a few specifics. And obviously he came out with more. And he was a one-person household and I am a two. So the 1 and 2 are kind of the same. They don't really give you more, but they can. Shame on me. I hurt like everyone else. And sometimes financially, there might be a bad week where I can't afford to get that gallon of milk. But I normally don't go to the food pantry. I think that it is very important for me to tell others and my neighbors who need to go to the food pantry on a regular basis to go. The young man that lives across the road, I have also employed him to cut my lawn for $200 a month. So I also gave him an opportunity to cut his grass. And next, we will all be going and signing up for the food pantry. This is how our community is going to make certain that if things get bad, we're all going to survive. Shame on me for donating free personal care items when I get those to these pantries and to the shelters, the women's shelter. I've donated huge amounts of clothing and other things to the women's shelter. When we first all went on lockdown, they sent an email out that they needed antibacterial this and antibacterial that and toilet paper. And I supplied those things. Of course, I had them come here to pick them up. And, that shelter did not say thank you that day. And they loaded their car. And at that point in time, people could not find toilet paper or paper towels. And I made certain that they had hand sanitizer and alcohol gel and, shame on me for taking food out of the mouths of others. Wow. I did not correspond with that email. I did not answer that email. I deleted it. Didn't want to look at it again because I thought how nice it would be to be someone who wouldn't need a little financial help right now. I'm driving an 8-cylinder truck right now. It costs me $10 to go to the town I work in and back in this truck a day. $10 a day in gas. And I use Kroger fuel points for the most part. Shame on me. Shame on me for having a vehicle about every other month that needs to be serviced by the auto care place. I do not buy new cars. So that's why we have acquired 3. So that way we could, take care of that. And I have a chicken out, and it's not the one from yesterday. It's Dove. It's my solid white Americana, and I don't know why she's out. I did put the other chicken into the duck barn in that nice little spot today and gave her plenty of food. She last night wanted to go back in to her coop, and I let her. And then today, he was running her around, so I ushered her out and caught her after he attacked her again. So anyway, shame on me. Now, let's put prepping into perspective, okay? There are so many categories to be prepared. I think that what started me out was being prepared for a financial setback. That's what the couponing and the clearance sales started as I was prepping. Financial setback can be one paycheck for some people. One paycheck. You'll see people, they're not so quick to judge anymore if you're in conversation and you're talking about inflation or, the war that's going on. I do try to converse with people as best I can. And no longer, you're a doomsday prepper. I haven't heard that in 2 years now. In conversation. It used to be in every conversation you would have with someone, you're a doomsday prepper. I have not heard that at all. I've noticed that, store shelves are, they're lower than they were in the canned aisle and the rice and pasta and, sugar, flour, those kind of things. They're lower. Oh, and Kroger finally got crackers in. But a financial setback, that was my original start of being more prepared. One car repair or a set of tires Or, your kids, they have an upcoming thing and, oh my gosh, I've got to buy them a whole outfit. And possibly something else to go along with that. Maybe a ticket to a show that they're going with classmates. There's so much that we need to prepare for. Loss of job or injury, that's a financial setback. Inflation. Right now, people are seeing inflation as a setback. And it is. When it costs me $10 to drive to the town I work in and back, whether I'm going to the grocery store or I have an appointment, that's a $10 trip. So, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to have to stop here, here, and here, and here in order to make that trip worth the $10 out of pocket for gas. Seasonal prepping. Are you preparing for winter weather such as ice and snow and electrical outages due to that? Seasonal or natural occurrences such as hurricanes, tornadoes, things like that. Avalanches if you're in that area, mudslides if you're in that area. Things such as that. I don't know anyone who wants to be caught with their pants down. Literally. So being prepared obviously is the best way to be. Financially speaking, obviously you want to be out of debt. I use 2 credit cards right now, one a lot and one on occasion. I think I've used it only once, maybe twice. And it's for my farm. It's for chicken feed or a dog bed or, something the dogs need right away, vitamins or whatever. I generally don't buy my dog food at those areas because I can get them cheaper through Dollar General or Kroger through couponing and 5 off of 25s at Dollar General. Matter of fact, I just got a bag of Iams Saturday on a separate 5 off of 25 that did not work out like I thought it was going to. I was going to show it to you, but it was a $7.95 bag of dog food, and I think I saved $3 on it. And it was Iams puppies, so that way I can blend it in with their adult dog food. It's going to bring up the amount of dog food I have, plus it's going to add a little more puppy food to it. They'll be a year old next month. But credit cards, those are the only 2 I use. I am considering going ahead and getting a Kroger credit card, and I think that would be fantastic. Because like I go in daily, I spend 20 here, 20 there, 20 here, 20 there. And at the end of the month or when the bill comes in, I could pay that bill off. Like I do my Tractor Supply. I wouldn't be writing as many checks. And the fuel point and savings that you get from using that credit card might be worth it, especially now. And I'm going to tell you this, if you're not buying your fast food gift cards through Kroger, and I will guarantee you that if you are eating fast food, shouldn't you be rewarded for something that you shouldn't be doing? Yeah. Last week, there is still a running promotion for 4 times the fuel points on certain gift cards. And in my digital coupons, I found a 200 times coupon fuel points for spending on a Subway. So I went to my JC and I spent $30 on Subway. There was a package. They didn't have any 25s left, so I went ahead and I got the $30 one. And I ended up with 600 fuel points for that purchase. Just that purchase. And 600 fuel points is 60 cents off each gallon of gas, I think up to 30 gallons. Why would you not do that? Why would you go and spend cash that could make you fuel points to get less on your gas or food less than gas? Just saying. Some of the other things that we prepare for, society collapsing, make certain that, if that's what you're preparing for, that you look at every aspect, even defense or, how to make your home more fortified if that is something that you want to do. Or maybe you're preparing for an EMP, and EMT. I don't know. But if you're preparing for that, then have a fairway cage set up for extra electronics that you might pick up. So that way, if there, could be a signal later when it was repaired, you would have a product that you could, or an item that would work. Just saying. And something I think we need to prepare for is war. I think we need to look at every aspect of what war we could be fighting. We are in the middle of a pandemic. Chemical warfare. If I were a conspiracy theorist, which I am not, I'm not much into conspiracies. I want to see facts. I don't want to see things twisted. But if I were a conspiracy theorist, I would probably think that China put this out to weaken as Putin prepared to go to war, or using that as a lead-in, or something like that. And now we're weakened and we have this thing. They could punch something else through. They know how fast things will spread now, even though you've killed lots of people. If that is so, it wasn't the damage they were looking for. They were looking for how quick will it spread from one country to another. And now that we have, aeroplanes and jets and things and ships, whatever. Speaking of ships, have you been watching the Johnny Depp thing? I have. I've been watching the court case. It's a little stress reliever from everything that's going on otherwise. I would hope that I would just hope that if you ever go through YouTube and see some of those little excerpts, watch them 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever. I have been enjoying myself watching those as I check and watch other channels. It's very hard for me right now. My computer is gone. I no longer have a computer. I have this little itty bitty tablet, which is the size of some people's phones. And it's very hard for me to read with the bright light. And that's why checking my emails, I found that email and I was livid, actually. I did not want to respond through the email. I thought I would respond this way, so that way everybody would know about it. Okay, so know what you're preparing for, kind of have it in perspective. As you shop, as I shop for clearance, I'm shopping for clearance, I'm preparing for the next season, so on and so forth. So prepare that way, but always remember to get your daily needs first. What do you need every single day? What do you use? Write it down. You'll be surprised how many products you use every single day or should be using. Just say it. Hugs from a distance. Sorry it was a long ramble, but putting a perspective into your preparedness is very important. Bye, y'all.